Hello, everyone, and welcome to the DrMC, where we are going through our 2023 October Speed Gold Bracket. You're going to be seeing the end of round one and all of round two tonight. So that is, I believe, 7 matches. So we hope that you're feeling healthy and you are ready for your daily dose of pills. I'm Savage Octagon, and I'm joined here in the booth by Swang. Swang, tell us about this bracket so far.
Wow, I mean this is oh man, we had tons of deciders in the first round. We had upsets across the board. I mean, this is the bracket for the ages, I think. And we're going to see some spectacular plays from the remaining three rounds that are coming in from this round one. Um, First of all, we're going to have the 1 seed Atalito versus our 16 seed Arco, followed by 5 and 12 with Floyd 1977 OoktheLibrarian, and of course, number 4 seed Inphlox and 13 seed Riggs to round out the end of round one here. But as we get into this way, we have our 1 seed Atalito versus our 16 seed Arco. And Savage, this is the Battle of Europe right here. I think they're playing from UTC +3, so we have Atalito coming in at midnight, going to play some Dr. Mario, and Arco playing at 11 o'clock p.m. So props to both these players for being able to put in that commitment for them to put on a show for us.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, we have players from around the world as far away as, well, for me, I guess Japan would be the farthest. And also, you're pretty far from me too, California. So these two, this is the first meeting. This is Arco's second tournament and their main bracket debut. So they last played in July 2023 Silver. And so this is going to be, of course, a giant test. What happens is somebody drops, someone is pulled up from Silver. That's our 17th qualifiers and beyond. And that spot, I don't envy that person because let's just face it, it's Atalito.
Yeah, that's right. It's definitely an uphill battle for Arco, but Arco has been putting in the work behind the scenes here. He's been reaching out to a few of the players to kind of coach him on his setups, and he's really improved since he first made it into the silver bracket a few months back. So we're gonna expect to see some really really cool stuff coming from Arco.
And we have a ready from Atalito. We need a ready from Arco. It's interesting. Atalito says, chase your PB and have fun. And one of our commenters on our YouTube channel said, basically, everyone's using Atalito as a PB pacer and a PB chaser, which is totally true. And of course, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're very close to hitting 1,000 subscribers. And we are off on our first match levels 6 through 9. Players are shooting for sub 7 minutes to be competitive, and we are off. Arco got started first.
Yeah, this is looking good. He's getting it all set up here, and looks like Arco is going to be dropping things down. Looks to me like he's going to be playing a predominantly vertical start game. That's really what all the pills are staggered on his board here. Meanwhile, we're going to wait for Adley to get off, and there he goes. He's back into it to begin as well. I like what Arco's doing. He's dropping everything down, just keeping it fundamental Dr. Mario, and sometimes that is what is going on here. But tell us what's going on Adley's board here, Savage.
Yeah, let's see. It looks like, from a basic perspective, you might think that that 1-2 red blue that Adelito has dropped is a misdrop, but it looks like he's also signaling that he's going to be extremely patient and wait for those horizontal yellows. So we'll see when that drops down and where Adelito is going to be shuffling there. So let's see what kind of platform he builds up.
Yeah, Atlito playing the long game at that. I see he is going to create that ledge early on, hoping for that double yellow to clear the blues and reds in that first and second column. And
Mm.
here comes that double yellow he set up early into the game, dropping everything down with the minimal garbage. Meanwhile, we look over at Arco's board, and again, he's playing a very clean game. Top down is the name of the game for Arco, but now he just has predominantly blues and reds in his top board as he gets down to his final 6 fires.
Yeah, and the things that Arco's play, you can see that Arco's been watching, knows how to complete horizontals. And this is going to be a little bit tricky, particularly that column 2 yellow. But I'm wondering if he is going to try to clear that out horizontally. Not quite sure how this end game is going to go. Oh man, actually, I did not see that coming. Out at a 145, Adelito out at a 122.
So virtual dead heat, but Atalito does have the time advantage going into this level 7 here. But Arco playing that level 6 really brilliantly at the very end there. Meanwhile, as we take a look here, Atalito with that blue garbage. I don't think he's going to be able to use that. The next blue is 3 or 4 virus layers down. So he's probably going to clear that blue down unless he decides to turn it into something horizontal. Meanwhile, we take a look over at Arco's board, and it's just a lot of blues on his board. And they're all bunched up together in 1, 2, 3 columns consecutively. Don't really want to see that.
Hmm. Yeah, and we did see actually some garbage that Adelito didn't want to use. I think you see that clearing out in column 4. He's got 23 viruses to Arco's 19, but of course there's that big time differential. Meanwhile, Arco, again, still playing that vertical style. Column 3 is going to take some drop time, but blue yellows are the name of the game here. That'll make a really straightforward solve.
Now Arco has a little bit of a split board going down. He looks like he's divided the board right down the middle here, so he's going to have to maneuver pills in a certain way to really prioritize how he had it set up. I think that's not per any sort of bad plays. I think it's just per design of how the level panned out. Meanwhile, I do like this double horizontal. He is going to clear it down, drop it down, although he is left with a glut of garbage on his board. 11 to 8 is both these players going into this end of level 7.
And Adelito setting up for something really nice here. Look at that combo drop. And looks like he's signaling that he's going to be taking those blues horizontally. Oh, beautiful clear there. Gets rid of the garbage, just needs this one more red out at 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's an excellent time. Players are really trying to strive for about 3 minutes out of the first 2 levels with the 6 to 9 level block, and Adelito getting into that here. Meanwhile, drops it down. Look at that excellent cascade that Adelito did, dropping it down with the minimal garbage here. But Arco is in a little bit of a trouble. Not really sure he's going to get out of this. He is going to drop it down. He is probably, yeah, he's going to have to clear it out vertically to get out of that yellow there.
Yeah, I'm liking the vision that Arco has with some of those clears, but the issue was there was just so much garbage left over at the end of that board that it was going to be difficult to get that going. So now over on Adelito's side, you see that nice drill clear there in column 3. It takes the drop time, but also it eliminates all of that garbage and nice double vertical combo down the right-hand side of the board.
Yeah, Adelito clearing it down. He's got setups ready to fire up here as he goes with here. Yeah, he is going to signal it down. I think he is. Yeah, he is going to go ahead and vertically clear the rest of the boards here. It's a very straightforward end game going into his level 8. And Arco dropping things down, bracketing it down, creating minimal garbage where he had no need for yellow, but used it very strategically to drop down to the board here. It is a 10 to 23 virus, 13 viruses in favor of Adelito.
And I absolutely do not like the board that I'm seeing for Arco, although that
Ooh, sweet
really,
tea.
really
Let's
nice.
go.
And was hoping that he would use that double blue to clear those blues horizontally and then could have dropped down that garbage. But still, this is a pretty unmessy board considering how much red blue is on it. Meanwhile, Adelito down to just needing that yellow. He's out at a 442. Nice time.
Excellent time getting out of level 8 here. And when we get into the further levels, each level adds 4 viruses to the mix into the foray. So you're going to see a little bit of a quicker clear just per design because the viruses are more bunched up. So as these players progress, they're going to be able to clear viruses a little bit quicker. Meanwhile, when we take a look over and quickly clearing viruses, Arco's down to his final bit of viruses here, and it looks to me like he's going to clear everything down. I think he's going to try and clear those reds at the same time to minimize the use of red pills, and let's see if he does that. Yep, there's one, and here comes 2. Perfect.
Yeah, these are going to be minimal drop times. Very good. A cleaner end game than last time. Meanwhile, Adelito, with 24 viruses left to go on level 9, is going to deal with a lot of yellow here and not a ton of use for red. So it's going to be about prioritizing that well. And nice long drop there in column 5. So again, don't love to see that 4 or 5 of the columns there have yellow on top, but he's got enough space to navigate around that he can make other plans. And look at that beautiful drop horizontal.
Yeah, he planned that out well. He could have stacked that blue. Adelito could have stacked that blue on top to minimize the drop, but elected to clear and drop that blue down to use it for garbage down the road here. Adelaide is a firm believer that if there is a pill that isn't useful at the very moment, there is a use for it later. And we saw that very masterfully done. Meanwhile, when we take a look over Arco's side, oh no, he's just got blues and reds over here, trying to clear this down, and he's just got reds upon reds and blues as well. And it's difficult for him to make it as efficient as possible. Now he has exposed it a bit.
But it is not going to matter because Atalito out at a 619. Atalito says needs to reset the stream, so we'll make sure. It looks like Arco does know that the game is over. Excellent. So we'll wait a little bit. Now, Swung, I gotta say, especially that game, I mean, Atalito makes it look like, oh, I feel like I could do that. I feel like some of those moves made a lot of sense and they seemed straightforward and they seemed cool. And then you see the plans and you're like, well, I don't think I could have done that.
Yep. I must say, I think I've given Atalito the nickname Maverick because that guy is a gambling man and it absolutely pays off every single time. But it's like, it's not like the way it's really interesting to see Atalito play. To us, the average viewer, it looks like a gamble, but yet he makes it look so masterful as if it's part of the game. And so, you gotta wonder sometimes if Atalito has it set up where he is thinking in 4D and 5D, or if he's just extremely lucky. But I mean, the guy's a world record holder. He has golds in both the 0 to 10 and 0 to 20. So I believe, yeah, he just sees it on another level, and that's an excellent gift to have.
Definitely. And yeah, I've seen the analogy of 5D, and I've seen it applied to one of our competitors that you'll see later, Inphlox. But yeah, Inphlox and Atalito kind of cut from the same cloth there.
I want to know what cloth that is. I want to cut that cloth.
I know.
Too.
I want a piece of that cloth for sure.
You gotta wonder what it is.
But Arco's showing off that they have a ton of potential for growth. I mean, even if you just consider the qualifier. Now, of course, to fire up your qualifier, you just play from 0 onward for 30 minutes and see how many viruses you clear. But in between the 2 qual attempts that Arco made, he gained almost an entire level. So that means there were lots of practice runs over the weeks of qual period, and definitely learning all those combos.
That is excellent, and a lot of the players on stream, I think that's one of the best ways to really look and improve one's craft is look at the streamers when you can, revisit the old DrMC videos with round 1, round 2 matchups and see what a player would do and kind of emulate what they do and kind of follow along. I think it's the best way. But as we say, follow along, we're going to follow along right into this game here. Arco with an excellent sweet tea to open this board.
Yeah, I really liked that. I liked how that looked. Atalito had a drop horizontal there. You see Arco trying to tuck that red-yellow down to the bottom of the board. And yeah, looks like he's got very good pill handling skills, knows how to manage that. Nice combo there. It is going to drop a lot of red garbage, though.
Yeah, if he gets that double yellow, if he can maneuver it down, he can get an excellent sweet tea. I don't know if it's going to come up. One shouldn't really rely too much on doubles, but if it does happen, consider a blessing. But we'll see how it pans out here. He is electing to drop it all down. So yeah, at this point, he is going to look for the at this point, he's going to create that and drop the blues and reds down. But we take a look at Atalito's board. Atalito going with a vertical clear, dropping it down, and it's going to be a little floaty, but he's going to be able to drop down and try to minimize that drop time. Is Atalito?
Yeah, exactly. Floaty is the word that I would have used too. Stuff is pretty high up and he is going to take some drop time. For a little bit of this level, Atalito was able to get Atalito's thing going, but the rest of it's been sort of top down, kind of just taking whatever comes and not doing too many elaborate setups. Out at a 119.
Very nice time from Atalito here. And meanwhile, Arco has really cleaned up that game that he had earlier in the game, earlier in the level when he had a couple of the misdrops and conflicting plans. Ooh, I don't think he want. Oh, yeah, he definitely didn't want to place it there, but he can attack it from underneath if he clears that red out. So he's going to have to clear that red out first for anything else.
Nice. And able to do that. And just needs one more blue to tuck underneath. Make sure you flip that the correct way. Excellent. Ooh. And you're out at a 147. Meanwhile, Atalito's got a board that's very high up. Don't love that blue staircase in 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, it's blue, blue, blue across the board here. So he is going to make some strategic. Yeah, he is electing to bracket it down and create some strategic garbage. I like how he has set up over at the bottom here. He is fat longing it down. He's trying to get some non-yellow reds cleared out, but when a doctor provides, we're gonna have to. He has to create there. But as we take a look over here, and we take a look at the same situation, Arco's side is blues across the top line. That's not what you want to see.
No, definitely not. But you saw that Arco tucking down to the bottom, looking to signal those yellows horizontally. So there will be a plan down there. It's just that at some point, you may have to just throw pills away. That bottom is pretty locked up now. And oh, beautiful drill clear there from Atalito. The drill, or sorry, the lightning rod. That's the straight vertical. Nicely done. 4 viruses left to go.
Yeah, Adelito had a fat log in the middle of his board and created some yellow strategic placement of pills there to really make use of what you did to advance the board here. Adelito is going to need one more blue to get out at a 301. And as we take a look over at Arco's board, he has his blues and yellows and nowhere real need for that red. He's a little kind of figuring out what he wanted to do with that blue red, as red is not useful at this very moment.
Mm-hmm. Nice horizontal into a vertical there for Adelito. Looks like that top, again, we got a lot of blues on the top level. Looking to have some yellows there in column 5. Look at that double yellow. Perfect
Oh,
for a drop cross, and everything falls perfectly. No garbage.
yeah,
Nicely done.
he definitely need that yellow. Here comes a sweet tea from Adelito,
Mm.
dropping things down. He's got shapes set up and ready to go. Blues and yellows here. Looks a little dicey with that top yellow, but
Ooh.
he's got setups and flexibility going on. Meanwhile, Arco out of 344 into his level 8 is Arco. That red, not what he needs, as that red is very deeply buried at his top line.
Yeah, but Arco finished that last level with a drop fat log, which of course I love to call Tim. So definitely has some good moves there. It was all yellow, and I was worried that there was a holdout for a double yellow, but it all worked out in the end with now 29 viruses left to go. Adelito, this is a speedrunner's dream, honestly. Almost everything is already in doubles. Beautiful combo there to take out the entire left-hand side.
Yeah, I see Adelito placing that. Yeah, okay, there we go. I was wondering if he is going to place. Oh, I like that red blue. If he just needs the
Hmm.
yellow, drop it down. He's going to create some excellent work. Drop into a horizontal clear, one red to go, and Adelito out of 432. Meanwhile, let's get that blue red for Arco side. Get that fat log. Here
Yes.
we go.
Wow, very nice. Now, did not elect to send that red yellow the opposite way. Could have gotten a little bit of a horizontal. I think there in the middle of the board could Arco, but really nice work with these combos. You see, the play is a little bit slower. There's definitely a little more deliberation thinking of where to put the pills, but there's a lot of great pill placement here.
Yeah, the end game can be a little difficult for a lot of players. You know, you get down to the very bottom, you can't really tackle things right there. Oh, I missed it. Tell us what's going
Oh
on
my
with that.
gosh. Yeah, that was just a really epic combo from Adelito there down the center of the board, clearing out a lot of stuff. Very impressive. Really looking forward to seeing what he does with that left-hand side. I wonder if he's going to build up a big platform to get those yellows horizontally.
I think, yeah, he's signaling
Yeah,
he's going
he's
all in
he's
with that. He's getting
oh,
blues on
he is
top of
going
oh,
all
yeah, he's
in.
going all in. He's going to stick that. Nope, I thought he was going to stack that blue on top of there. Here comes the. No, he's
Oh,
not going to place that there. What is
whew,
he dropping this down here? But we should take a look over at Arco's sword side. He needs a couple
here
of
we
blues and
go.
yellows. And here it comes. Immense monster drop combo from Adelito. He's down to his final 10 viruses here. And we'll take a look over Arco's side. He's getting out of this. He needs a couple blues. Uh, Down pressing is what Arco is going to do. That is the name of the game. And into 6 minutes, it's Adelito, and Arco does not get lapped, fortunately.
Yeah, I mean, that is the that's the nightmare when you face a player like Adelito. Well, I just pray I don't get lapped. And so that's excellent. Giant combo there from Adelito. Look at this, dropping that blue garbage out of the way horizontally out at a 617. And with that, Adelito is going to be moving to round 2 to face the winner of one of our next matches. And Arco, excellent main bracket debut. We can't wait to see what you do in the coming months. So, GG's.
Yeah, that was a fantastic showing from Arco. I know he definitely didn't want that to end the way that it did, but you got to give him props. This is one of those things where this is his second bracket he's entered. He went from silver into gold, and Arco's been steadily improving their craft, and so it's really excellent to see that come to fruition with this bracket here. But commiserations to all to Arco, but played excellently, and we can't wait to see him next time he joins our bracket.
Coming up next is going to be our number 5 seed, Floyd 1977, and our number 12 seed, OoktheLibrarian. So we're going to have that ready for you in a couple minutes. Stick around. This is the DrMC. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the DrMC as we continue our round one speed tournament. Coming up next is our game between Floyd 1977, our fifth seed, and our 12th seed, OoktheLibrarian, who, of course, you're going to be hearing on commentary later. Again, I'm Savage Octagon, and this is my co host, Swang. Swang, do you know something interesting that these two players have in common?
No, what is it?
Well, this is their third anniversary with DrMC. Floyd and Ook and I all came in together in the month of October 2020.
Whoa, hey, that's pretty cool. That's nifty.
Yeah, it's a
Whoa,
pretty good entering class, I would say.
that is excellent. That's really cool there. So I guess the main question is how y'all gonna celebrate with 3 years in the belt with DRMC?
Well, unfortunately, we can't all win today, but we're gonna try.
But as the community say, everyone here is a winner, and I must say that what we're going to see from these is world-class winning acts here. But hey, as we said, we have a 3, 2, 1, and pills. OoktheLibrarian out the gates first. Floyd following him secondly, and I'm liking this. Ook is going to take that horizontal drop down and another horizontal. He's playing that strong horizontal game into this and tucking things down. I like how Ook is playing this board here, Savage.
Floyd's ending up with a little bit of trouble on that right-hand side, reliant on the double yellow, I think. Clearing out that garbage and decides to maybe go for a horizontal here with those blues. Nope, is going to take a bracket clear to do it. Ook is taking a little bit of a lead here, but the fact that there's so much yellow on this board is probably going to cause some difficulties.
Yeah, let's see here. Ook is going to drop that red right on top there. I think if he clears it, yeah, he can tackle that yellow from underneath, so that's not really a garbage issue there. Meanwhile, he is going to signal. I don't think I want to place that red in that position here, but yeah, he does clear it up, and it looks to me like that yellow is probably going to be the last thing that he is going to try and solve on that seventh column here. Meanwhile, when we take a look over at Floyd's side, Floyd has a predominantly vertical board. It's going to be a top-down approach, and again, in the same position that Ook has, he can tackle that blue in that fifth column from underneath, so not really too troublesome with his garbage situation.
Yeah, and you see Floyd setting up that platform at the bottom there to go for that underclear. And notice,
Oh,
as soon as he drops the yellow there in column 7, boom, with a drop cross. Meanwhile, Ook just needs this one yellow. He's out at a 130, just
yeah.
slightly ahead.
That was excellent vision from Floyd, trying to minimize the amount of reds needed to clear and turning it into a T is really awesome to see, especially the fans over in the commentary. Floyd going to join him at a 141, and I'm not really liking Floyd's board because he's got a really dense top line and then some gaps and then a really dense bottom line here. So he's got it split right down the middle.
I gotta say, anytime that I see a board with that even top line, I'm drooling. It's my favorite thing. As a horizontal player, I might have thought that you would feel the same, but wow, I think it looks fun. Meanwhile, Ook, yeah, he had to deal with so much yellow at the beginning of this game. And notice setting up that yellow in column 1 so that the blue garbage probably will fall down on top of that and not cause too much of a problem. Opts not to go there, but now the single blue in column 1 won't be too much of a problem.
Okay, there we go. And looks like, yeah, okay. I thought there, Floyd was able to really drop down and minimize that drop time. That was the big concern that at least I saw with his board, but now is going to drop and create down. And he's a very, well, he's got a squeaky clean board going into that. Meanwhile, Ook with just a bunch of reds and yellows upon reds and yellows. But both players are neck and neck going into this first game at this level 7.
Yep. But Floyd pulling ahead here just needs this last red out at 2:59. Anything under 3 minutes, excellent pace. You can still get under 6 minutes for that. And of course, that would be the gold standard. We expect a player who gets sub 6 to win here. Meanwhile, Ook just needs 2 more reds and he's going to be out at a 3:16. He doesn't look too happy, but it is a good time so far.
It can be anyone's game for sure. I've seen Ook hosts his kind of pseudo weekly checkups with a lot of his fan base did go and play these level blocks here, and Nuke's definitely been putting in work. So it's definitely not a lead that he cannot overcome. Meanwhile, we take a look over at Uke's board and drop in this. I wonder if you can take a sweet tea with that yellow. Ooh, swim up there. I think he had no need for that blue, but he can turn that into something useful, I think, later.
Really nice board here for Floyd as he has 18 viruses. Just a lot of great places to put the yellow. I think the situation in rows 1 and 2 is going to be a little bit complex with the horizontals he can take out. I was wondering if he was going to try to go for all the blues at the same time. Luckily, didn't have to. But now those horizontals are starting to come out. And excellent play here is going to set up and watch this. Nicely done.
Oh, very excellently done. Floyd likes playing that squeaky clean game, and that is what we're seeing from Floyd's board here. He just needs one more yellow to advance into his final level here. Atalito 424, just a really fantastic time going into this level 9 here. Meanwhile, Ook's still doing garbage control, trying to clean it up, and has minimized it a little bit, but still has a little bit of work to do, especially in that second column with that red yellow on top of the red.
Yeah, unfortunately, a while back when you were mentioning the swim with the blue there, that sort of caused a situation that we haven't had much time to call or much cause to call it, but it's called a panini, where it's sort of the opposite of a D sandwich. It's when you put something in between that gap. So he's still cleaning that out. He's got 13 viruses, and Floyd really working hard on this level 9. The board is a little bit of a funnel situation, but it won't be too bad. I think using these red yellows really going to help.
Yeah, Floyd's going to have to do a little bit more tucking to what he would prefer, but yeah, he's since cleaned up anything and is completely devoid of garbage that would stifle his end game. Meanwhile, we take a look over at Ook's side. Just needs a bunch of blues to really make some more damage onto this board here. I like that double yellow. Is he going to do that? No, he's just going to drop in horizontal and clear.
Now, Floyd's got a possible really nice long horizontal here. Look at this. I think, yeah, dropping that yellow is going to do it. But since there's only one yellow left on the board, Floyd doesn't have to worry too much about wasting it. Really nicely done. Able to trigger that big horizontal. Blue, as a lot of our viewers know, is often the least common color that shows up. So Floyd's board in slightly precarious situation, but the shapes are good.
Yeah, Floyd's going to, yeah, okay, I see. He is stacking things on top to drop it down. He just needs a bunch of reds and blues. He's just going to tackle it whenever the pills come at the right order here. Okay, yeah, I do like that double red. Doing a little bit of a course correction, just needs one blue, and his end game is free and clear.
And out at a 622. So that first level looked a little bit slow, but the pace really picked up for Floyd, and he had a very nice win there. So GG's to Floyd.
That was excellent playing from Floyd. And we take a look over at Ook's side. He is going to drop things down, continue on with this here. I do like that yellow as he drops it down. He has setups ready to go and fire off, and he is making some pretty good plays with this level 9.
Oh, nice slide under there for that combo. Not too much garbage there on Ook's board. This is a very different story from that level 8.
Dropping it down, trying to minimize that garbage play here. He's probably going to clear, oh, the fat log, blue fat log. Very nicely seen.
Yes, as if you couldn't tell already, we love the names of our combos here at the DrMC, and of course that fat log, one of the most jubilant clears that you can have, the double horizontal.
We come up with some cool vocabulary over here at the DrMC here. Fat log's one of them. You heard lightning rod a little bit earlier. You heard of lightning bolt, which actually it hasn't come up yet, but we'll definitely see some over in probably a few short matches.
Oh, definitely.
Duke clearing this down. He clears that down. It is going to drop over, and he tops out and says, "All right, that's enough, Doc."
All right, so we have a ready from Ook and a ready from Floyd. Of course, Ook needs to win this to keep his tournament hopes alive, and Floyd needs to seal this one up in order to go to the next round and face the winner of our next match. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, and pills.
Pills.
Beer, beer, beer.
And here we are getting hype in the chat when we destroy these viruses. Meanwhile, we take a look over Ook's side. He's got a glut of yellows over here, but I think, yeah, there we go. He's going to destroy those yellow viruses to add some diversity to his board. Is OoktheLibrarian here, and I like that he did that, dropping it down. But take a look over at Floyd's board. He is screaming through his board here, Savage.
Yeah, the opening combos for Floyd have been outstanding. Look at that combo in 1 and 2, no drop time. That's very close to the lightning bolt that we want to see, but wow, nice horizontals. Look at this, and basically that yellow that's there in column 7 is basically the first piece of garbage that's appeared on this whole board. So very nicely played from Floyd so far.
And the good thing about that yellow onto that column 7 is,
Mm.
Floyd could tackle it at his leisure. He could place yellows and blues on top, which is a common pill sequence, and it's going to result in zero garbage, zero drop clears. And even if he does that little clear to clear that out, it's not too big of a problem there. Here comes that yellow, and Floyd just needs probably some blues and yellows to drop it down and keep that diversity on his board.
And meanwhile, Ook is pretty tight there in the right-hand side of the board, but this double yellow going to be perfect. Nice tuck and
Ooh.
drop down. Needs one more red, and he'll be out. And he's taken the lead here, 123. And yeah, Floyd's having a little issue here. Has to take the drop down, the drill clear, but he's out at a 129. Still very close. And of course, in that break between levels, takes a sip of Dr. Mario juice.
It's definitely a blink and you miss it moment for Ook. You take a look and he was down to his final 3 viruses. And I like that drop combo he had set up here, completely devoid of any sort of harmful garbage on Ook's board. When we take a look over at Floyd's side, oh man, that's a lot of yellow. That's going to be really tricky to maneuver around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, luckily clearing out the very top of that board. But yeah, being on medium speed, he'd be able to maneuver that. And there was a beautiful slide there into the left-hand side of the board there, columns 2 and 3 with the blue-red for Floyd. Very nicely done.
Yeah, that was some initial de-maneuvering from on Floyd's side over there. Really just really tight precision work with that. But you see that a lot with the medium speed players. You can really maneuver and swim in direct traffic, as you will, with your pills to really get them to the places that they are. But as we take a look over outside, Uku with a really firm lead going this level 7. He's down to his final 4 viruses and probably going to horizontally clear those yellows if I'm Ook.
Yeah, definitely. You see him setting up for that, building the platform. Now just needs to get those 1 and 2, and he's out at a 247. Excellent time here. Meanwhile, Floyd, working on the right-hand side of that board, wasn't sure if he was going to take the drop time and drill down in column 8 with a yellow-blue. There he goes. And it was really smart of him to build up on that red that was in column 7 in order to get that done.
And Ook had a really strong opening where he had it would look like to the average viewer that it was a little bit of a misdrop, but no, it was actually turning it into something very useful. Was OoktheLibrarian. He dropped a horizontal into a normal play, and he's really maintained a really awesome set of plays here to make sure that he is as efficient as possible here. I think to advance this board, he is going to have to address that top blue line here, but he is doing really well into this level 8, considering all blues are on the top line for Ook. He is going really fast.
Mm-hmm. And Floyd off to a good start as well here. Very minimal garbage, and he's clearing it out. You see here, nice combo, gets those reds off of the board. And yeah, he's got to clear out a bunch of blue as well, but notice anytime something without blue shows up, he is really thinking about the best place to put it and doesn't worry about taking drop time because this board looks like really nice plans can be made.
Floyd with the shape of Floyd's board is a little scattered. Like it almost looks like a checkerboard in a sense. Things are in a diagonal position, which is going to be a little bit tricky to make sure that the proper pills get fired off in the proper order here. But as we said, we take a look at Ook. He was out at a 417, which is a really fast time getting out of level 8 here. He is in a driver's seat right now.
Yeah, and I'm a little worried because last time he was a little bit ahead, I believe, and that level 8 was a big problem spot for him. So hopefully this level will be a little more gentle on him. Meanwhile, Floyd needs a lot of blues, and so far things are cooperating. Continue to get those blues. Perfect with the double blue there. Now just we'll need a couple more. And RNG smiles on Floyd out at a 452.
452. with all blues getting out of it into his level 8 here is Floyd. Meanwhile, when we take a look over at Ook's board here, yeah, he is going to try and diversify as best he can. He has blues and reds all day. That yellow is not what he wants to see, but he is going to make use of it for later down the road. Meanwhile, Floyd is really closing the gap here. He's only 5 irises down.
Yeah, the opening for this board has been really good for Floyd. Basically, everything given is needed, and he's being really smart about, hey, if I don't need a pill, I'm just gonna drop it to the side, make sure one of the pill halves can maybe make a combo later. It doesn't matter if it clears a virus. So very nice opening. That board is really cleared out, and look at this horizontal work at the bottom. It looks really clean.
Yeah, and that's the most efficient way for Floyd to tackle that. He had blues on the horizontal. He's trying to find those doubles whenever he can, and Floyd made it very masterfully done, dropping it down and clearing 2 blues at once and 2 blues at once again. He is actually taking the lead over OoktheLibrarian. 2 viruses ahead of him now. Down to our final 3 viruses is Floyd. He just needs 3 blues.
All right, there's one of them. And speaking of blues, that's what Ook needs
Oh,
right now. And but it is not enough. Floyd is going to take it at 617. And that's heartbreaking. Gets the blues a little bit late. Didn't have the platform set up before. Ook's done at a 624. Was not enough. GG's to OoktheLibrarian. And of course, GG's to Floyd. He's going to be moving on to round 2.
oh, that was an absolute nail biter at the end here. Ook was cruising to the finish line, but Floyd found his 5th gear and tuned into that 5th gear going into that level 9, and that's what made a difference. It was within seconds of each other here, and that was really fantastic for Savage.
Yeah.
But in a few moments here, yeah, hey, that was really cool. But guys, everyone here, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break. We're gonna finish up the rest of round 1, going into our final round 1 match. Don't go anywhere, folks, because when you get back, we're gonna see Inphlox and Riggs. This is the Dr. Mario Championship.
And welcome back, everyone, to round 1 of our October Speed Tournament, where we are going to watch the number 4 seed Inphlox battle with the number 13 seed Riggs. And here to join me in the booth is the competitor you just saw, OoktheLibrarian.
How's it going, Savage?
It's good. That's some good play there. I know it was tough, but you looked good.
Well, thanks. All right, so this next match is Inphlox versus Riggs. Riggs, of course, really trying to cement that candidacy for newcomer of the year this year, has made every main bracket all year. Twice now he has faced Inphlox, his current opponent, but still has yet to take a crown off of him. Inphlox, of course, the last 2 years final champion, and he's won this tournament a couple of other times, made runner-up a couple of times. He has only competed in a couple of tournaments this year, so he's looking to move his way up the ranks as well.
Definitely. And of course, we award different numbers of points for different levels reached in the tournament. And you needed to be in 3 tournaments to be eligible for year-end standings. And both players were ready while we were chit-chatting, and we had 3, 2, 1, and pills.
All right, so I'm sure Inphlox is looking at this board thinking double, double, doubles, and is getting those horizontal doubles to start. He's going to have a little bit of a touch of garbage there on top, but is going to be able to get through that without any real problem.
Meanwhile, Riggs has a ton of doubles here. The center of this board looks so nice all of a sudden. Just needs 1 red, yellow to take it down. And he's got great vision there, tucking that double red all the way to the left.
Yeah, Inphlox also having to do some tuck plays as his board, has that big chunk down at the bottom right, but a lot of floaty pills. Or floaty viruses, I should say. He's already taken care of most of them, and now has himself down just in the last few columns. But that could have been a real problem. Looks like he is signaling horizontal on this last blue, and is going to get that. But now he's facing the need for a lot of reds and is going to be behind Riggs, who is just 3 yellows away from finishing this board.
Yeah, exactly. And notice that center column as he's out at a 109, very high stacked, but he knew he had the out to the left-hand side to get that horizontal.
Only about 2 seconds between these two coming out of that first level. So really close. Riggs able to keep up with the multi-time champion.
Hmm.
And yeah, I don't dislike either player's board, although Riggs is down to where he doesn't have a lot of access to red, but the doctor is going to bail him out there and provide him an opportunity for a really nice horizontal, and he takes it.
And wow, these two are so close together. And you see Inphlox working on one of the last reds that he really has access to there. 14 to Riggs's 13. Now, Inphlox is going to need quite a bit of blue to keep this going. And notice, I'm not going to try to go for anything fancy, praying that those double blues show up. But of course, they are the least common. But wow, gets a really nice L there on those blues and has another horizontal setup that's possible.
And Riggs is now set up. Well, he was going to be set up for a horizontal, decided to use that blue otherwise. But he's just down to his last two viruses. They are paired, so he's needing one more yellow. He's going to be out at a 227, which is a really, really good time. And that is going to give him the advantage over Influx going into level 8. Influx also not getting the blues that he needs. He just needs two more, and he is going to be out now to 243.
And that is also an excellent time here. So we're going to see what happens. This is good. This is already turning out to be as excellent as I hoped. Now Riggs is going to be encountering a bit of a slowdown here with all the yellows on the board. And you've got a really high up left and right, and then just a big chasm in the middle. So probably will be chucking a lot of stuff to the bottom of that board if he's not getting the blue yellows he needs.
Meanwhile, Influx looked like he had a little bit of garbage, but was able to turn it into a drop cross combo that dropped all of his garbage right down on top of where he needed it and got a very nice double to follow. In fact, has done that twice now so that he's gotten horizontals. He has taken a slight lead, but he is now out of blues, well, except for that last one right there, and is going to be looking for reds and yellows, mostly reds. Thankfully, though, a lot of them are doubled.
Yeah. And speaking of reds and yellows, that's exactly what Riggs needs as well. Dropping down those yellows to open up red there on column 1 gets the double red. That's exactly what he needed. And the prioritization with that blue yellow in columns 1 and 2, really good to clear out. But meanwhile, Influx took that lead back. He was out at about 355.
Yeah, and about a 10-second difference between these two coming out of level 8. So now they are in the final level, and neither board really all that great. A lot of gaps in the color diversities here. So we're going to be seeing some strategic garbage happening, and overall, that big chasm actually over in Influx's board is probably going to be his biggest concern.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely true. Definitely doesn't want to get any drop time sent down that chasm. Meanwhile, on Riggs's board, there's a couple spire situations happening, a lot of red on that top line, and that's going to be a little bit challenging there, but brings it down. Does have one little piece of blue garbage, but blue won't be a problem point for a little bit, so he's going to be able to work around that.
Yeah, and take some garbage off the top there as well. So uses it in a horizontal rather than having to get rid of it, and that's always a nice feeling. Influx's board is
Mm.
it looks a mess, but he's probably got some ideas going around here. It does get a nice big combo there. Still left him with some garbage, but you can see that he's got these horizontals set up down at the bottom of the board. Unfortunately, it's not going to pair up these reds unless he gets rid of the yellow garbage on top. I'm not sure exactly what he's holding out for, but yeah, he's going to have to do a little digging if he wants to take these reds out horizontally. That might
Oh,
give Riggs a little bit of time, but time
wow.
is of the essence right now.
Riggs needs those reds. Oh man, he's got possibility for that. Oh, and it is not necessarily going to be enough there. Influx pulls out that double blue and is out at a 559. Riggs out at a 602.
Yeah, so just
Oh,
3 seconds between these two. That's insanity, and that's just to show you how quickly Riggs' star has risen here. He he started off just back in January. This is his first year playing, so man, that's something else.
Yeah,
We're trying to
this
keep
is.
it close here for everybody today.
Oh yeah, we messaged them beforehand. We talked about the outcome we wanted to see, so they are providing that to us, which is excellent.
Yes, indeed. So wait for our players to get a refresh, get their brains back in place, and we're gonna see if they are ready for the next round.
All right, and both players are ready, and their timers reset. So it's 3, 2, 1, and pills.
Trust you on that, partner. My chat has frozen. But as we start off, I don't like the absence of yellow access in the top of Riggs's board. Inphlox has some really good opportunities for doubles here. Has already taken out a couple of the horizontals, but really doesn't need as much red as the doctor's been giving him.
That is definitely for sure. Wow, I was kind of staring at Reese's board the whole time and just seeing how well he was navigating that lack of yellow. The bottom of the board is going to be a little bit yellow blue heavy in terms of making those plans, but it's looking really good. Let's just get that red going. But these two are really close to one another. This double red, exactly what Riggs needs.
Yeah, that reduced the drop time to as small as it could possibly be, and you just saw something else.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just like look at how clean this board is from Influx. I just like looking at it.
Yeah. Riggs is looking to handle these yellows horizontally. That's going to be the most efficient play. It only took one pill worth of a bridge, and now he is going to be out at a 117. My gosh. Influx, unfortunately, not getting the pills he needs. He's out at a 123. So, again, just a couple of seconds separating these two, but a lot of Dr. Mario left to play, and not a lot of blue access for Riggs here at the top of this board.
Yeah, and in Flox's board, that red in column 3 blocking the plan that he would love to have those blues taken horizontally. It's going to be a little bit tricky to get down there. There's going to be some garbage layers. And taking advantage of the fact that if he flips a pill and half of it goes out of the top of the bottle, the other half will not fall. Oh, look at this setup from in. Oh, let's get that blue yellow.
Will he get it? That's the real question. And, there you go. He goes ahead and just drops everything off. Manages
What?
not to wreck the game. That's a nice bonus there. And on Riggs's side, he is just hamstrung by the amount of red on top of this board. He is setting up for a T clear though, and again, he's not getting what he needs either, to be honest.
Yeah, but unlike Influx with that combo, he did not want to use the wrong red there, so he threw it to the side. But now this board looks a little bit better, aside from the fact that there's still a lot of red. Still keeping this very close, 7-9 advantage Influx, but this board looking very clean, everything open for him.
And Influx just about out, but Riggs is staring down the barrel of reds. I think this is a common refrain. We'll be saying it a lot. As Influx out at just over 3 minutes, but Riggs, he's gonna get he's gonna get access to this yellow, but the next yellow that comes out, the only thing he can use, it's got a red attached to it. That stinks, Doc. That's just insult to injury.
Mhm.
You will again be hearing from our lawyers.
And Influx already plowing his way through this level 8. Nice long basic combo there. Gonna take some drop time, but it made sense there. Now, a lot of red blue on this top line. I'm wondering if he's gonna go for those reds horizontally at the top of the board. It might be. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, I mean, a double red would be just gold for Influx, but right now, he does have a solid advantage as Riggs's board not the friendliest either, although he has made the most of what he's got and now has color access for all three colors, just not for the combinations that the doctor's giving him. Had the opportunity to try to figure out some horizontals with the blue, get rid of some of that garbage, but it didn't end up taking it, and I can't say I blame him. He has kept it down to just a 5 virus deficit.
Hmm. And we see Inphlox taking this horizontal out and into a drop cross. That was outstanding, and able to have another combo. Yeah, he is going to combo the heck out of the end of this level. And there he goes, gets all the pills he needs out at a 432.
All right, so one more level, and if Influx can win this one, he is going on to the next round. Riggs, of course, wants to take us to a decider, and as close as things were that last game, I wouldn't be shocked to see that happen. But it's going to take a little help from the doc here, and he's finally getting some of it. He's probably going to be making a platform. He's signaling horizontals everywhere. Might decide to take that blue vertically. Nope, not going to matter. He gets out a fat log at a 502.
And Influx with a dozen lead over Riggs at the moment. Is he going to go for this horizontal yellow to clear that garbage? I'm not sure. Looks like maybe red yellow would be the play. He's going to get it. Offset fat log clears a bunch of garbage and some viruses.
Yeah, taking out the garbage in that fat log was what he needed. But there's one thing about garbage clears; they aren't virus clears, and I'm sure there's some witty aphorism to pop in there, but I don't have it in me. So we're gonna just keep watching and talking about what else is going on, and that is that Riggs has brought it in within 3.
Now look at what Influx is signaling here. He would love a double yellow or to manufacture one, because if he does, he is going to have himself a chunky tea.
Yeah, and he's kind of losing the plot. Let's see if he decides not to manufacture it. Um, Influx is known just a little
Really?
bit for waiting around for the big combos, and we're gonna see if that is what he decides.
Yeah.
Gets what he
Whoa.
needs. Didn't bite him that time, so
Oh.
looks like it is gonna be Influx on this one.
Yeah, that was an outstanding combo there. And look at this, Riggs just down to a last couple of viruses, and they're all the same color. There's not a lot of diversity. So Influx out at a 635. Riggs not too far behind. And if this had been many other matches in this bracket, Riggs would have had it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Riggs would be up 2-0 and looking for the next round. So that's just the joy of qualifying and just
Mm-hmm.
how solid our brackets really are right now.
Whew. Well, GG's to both players. And with that, we have all of our round 1 matches concluded and our round 2 set. So we have Atalito, John Dat Flindo, Floyd 1977, Influx, Savage Octagon, Swang, and Mr. Octagon versus Ibar. So these are going to be pretty exciting matches. Stick around. This is the DrMC.
And welcome back, folks. This is the Dr. Mario Championship. I am OoktheLibrarian, and you are ready for round number 2. We're ready for game 1. It is going to be Atalito versus Flindo. I am joined in the booth with the Hall of Famer himself, Packy619. Packy, what do you think about this match?
This is going to be interesting because after the speed finals last year, John Dat Flindo started getting a reputation as the giant killer, taking out Frank in round 2 of that bracket. So Adelito's probably got that in the back of his mind. He knows what much better than to take him lightly.
Yeah, definitely. Atalito, of course, has been just destroying all of us this year. Coming in at a 31-1 record right now. That's to put that in perspective. My co-commentator here has, I believe, 71 wins and has gotten it over the course of almost 4 years. Adelito did all that this year, so
Yeah.
coming in with half of that is insanity. And Adelito is the far and away the favorite to take everything this year. But to do that this month, he's going to have to go through John Dat Flindo. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, Adelito is not invincible. I think Watchma got him back in January, but I don't think he's lost since then.
That's correct. He is riding that 31 game win streak, which is the all-time record for that. So just a lot of great stuff going on. And yeah, once we get our readies from our players, then we'll be ready to go. So this is round 2. We're going to be going levels 8 through 11. It is going to remain a best of 3. And there we go. We've got John Dad Flindo going on. And I got to say, I like this board for him.
Yeah, I do see plenty of double opportunities. He needs that red yellow, which he's going to get right here, and then he's got that 0-drop double clear. That's a great way to start this level. The only
Yes,
real
indeed.
concern I have for him is the lack of yellow or red viruses on his board.
Exactly what I was thinking about that one. As we look at Atalito, who again you just saw
Nice draw cross.
take a win in our first game tonight.
And Atalito's cooking.
He's
He's got a
yeah,
drop horizontal coming.
left him with a little garbage, but I think overall he's perfectly satisfied to take that combo and run in with a little bit of garbage. And showing what medium speed can do for you as well.
Yeah. Looks like a lightning bolt coming for John Flindo. Very nice. His board is pretty much squared away.
Having everything.
This is going to be fantastic for both players.
Flindo with everything paired up is just having to take this last lone red out at a 119.
That's fantastic for 8.
Yeah, and Atalito, of course, hoping he's looking for exactly what he just got, the double red and then a yellow. So only about 7 seconds behind.
Yeah, it looked like Atalito was just trying not to take the lower horizontal clear first, so that he wouldn't throw everything out of alignment. Nice horizontal play there by Atalito to get all his colors lined up nice and neat.
And John Flindo is begging for this double blue. There he's going to get it finally. Ended up kind of making a lot of plays he didn't want to have to make because the doctor was not giving him the blues that he wanted.
I'm getting the sense that Atalito wants to horizontal that blue in column 8.
Yeah, I think I know where this double blue is going though. He's got a quad opportunity at the bottom. I mean, come on, he's not going to turn that down, right? There it goes. He's going to try to make a triple out.
He might have been thinking about making a T out of it, but it looks like he just decided not to wait for the precise pills that he needed to do that.
And interesting, Atalito, one of the few players who hasn't really gone all in on swimming, had the opportunity to try to pull off a crazy swim, and on high speed it would have been very difficult, but had a couple of double yellows, could have swung them in and taken out what he's got over here, but you can see he's already setting up for a ridiculous log
this
out.
Drop fat log is going to get him out at 3 minutes. A little bit of indecision on John Flindo's side. Looks like he's trying. He wants to cross on, and the double yellow just comes a little bit too late.
Doc, that's dirty.
Yeah, gets rid of the red. That's actually smart, so that he'll get the drop combo he's looking for. Drop T, and he's out at 331.
Great play from both these players, but definitely advantage Atalito here at the moment. Although John Flindo looking for a horizontal ends up not getting it. Oh, I spoke too soon. One. There it is. So for all of that, only a 2 virus difference. Although, as you know, the difference in the early game is not about the number of viruses you knock out. It's about the number of setups you can make. And Atalito already got his setups going on. But still, John Flindo keeping it within just a couple of viruses.
John Flindo doing a good job with this level 10 thus far. He really needs some red help, though. He's just making huge stacks right now, trying to set up combos on top of everything while waiting for presumably a red-blue.
Yeah, I got to wonder when he's going to take.
Here it is.
Where it is.
Very nice.
Yeah, the question was going to be, I wonder when he just takes any red to get it
This is a
out of the board.
great
But
time for a double red rush for John Dat Flindo.
yeah, it is. He's going to make his way out of this one fairly quickly here, and he's going to set up for a horizontal down here. But Atalito already out at a 447, so one more level to go for him. Not very often you can say that the red rush didn't last long enough.
Come on. Where's the red? I like that little flip so he can make that into a 0-drop clear.
Yeah, definitely the small things that our players are coming up with, as Flindo out at a 519, are making a lot of
Ooh.
differences for their play styles.
Atalito playing at the top of his board, a little risky. Manages to... Oh, nice little T setup right there, and everything's just neat and clean again. Takes the horizontal clear to get rid of the garbage.
That drop T from Flindo involved a little bit of a juke move that I didn't even see coming until he dropped it. That was really smart play from him to keep it within just a couple of viruses.
Yeah, there's 2 viruses difference, but there's also about 8 seconds difference in the timers. And if you take the clear rates of those players, that's probably another 3 viruses. But John Dat Flindo staying in range, doing a great job.
When you're playing somebody like Atalito, that's pretty much the name of the game. So we'll see if it is going to be enough because of how clustered everything is over on Atalito's board. Sometimes that can be a kiss of death. So far, hasn't been, and honestly, it does fit more with his play style. But you know, you never know. Anything can happen, and very often does, as we like to say around here.
John Dat Flindo going for the fat lock on the bottom and gets it, and then gets the double blue horizontal clear that he was looking for. Very nice. Then another horizontal clear, and looks like he's going to set up at the bottom. He could have taken the double clear as well, but he can clear that at his leisure.
Yeah, I think overall
Suddenly it's a game.
Yeah, I think he had like taken a
Oh,
last second swap,
gets
and
just what he needs. 7-10. Is Atalito going to get the 2 reds he needs in time? Oh, it looks like he did.
oh, so we're gonna go back to the tape on that one
Yeah.
because it is about a second difference. Flindo seeing the reaction. So give us just a second, folks. We're gonna make sure of the final on that one. If anything looks a little off, we may be going to a tiebreaker. We haven't had one of those in a while. The tiebreaker rule is that we go on and play the next level. First player out of that level is the winner. The expectation is that Atalito got it by that 1 second, but again, we're going to wait for confirmation from our restreamer, the Dave, who is also pretty much our primary judge.
Our replay review booth guy, as if you will.
Yes, indeed. Always does a great job with all the jobs that he takes on, that being one of the more interesting.
And Atalito is 100% right when he says that in chat. It was a great match. This John Dat Flindo maintaining his reputation as a potential giant killer, even if he didn't win that match. That's there. No one is safe from John Dat Flindo. No one.
Yeah. And
Leduc, if it is tied, then they will play level 12, and whoever gets the faster time on level 12 will win that particular game. And if that happens to be tied, then they're just going to go up another level, and they're going to keep doing that until the tie is broken.
yes, indeed. I think we've seen one double overtime, but just the once.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to make sure I can see chat. And again, just holding to confirm. And yeah, our restreamer, the Dave, saying he's comparing the beginnings. Atalito did say that he thought he might have started a second early or late. that can make a difference.
Absolutely.
But either way, we're going to double check it. That's why we have it on tape. And yeah, this is a very, very close match. We don't count any milliseconds or anything. If it's on the same second, players just go right on to the next stage.
We wait with bated breath.
You really do. And apparently this one is pretty close. Usually we get a call back from Dave. He says
Ooh,
we do
have it.
in fact have a tie.
We have an
So
official tie, so both players will go to level 12 to determine the result of game 1. Wow.
yep. So once Flindo resets his timer and we get our, he's already done that. Once we get our readies from both these players, then we're going to go on to our first tiebreaker in I don't know how long.
It has been a while. Okay, you can start from the stage clear screen or you can start from the menu. It is your choice.
All right, so once we've got our readies, then we'll count it down just like we always do, but we will jump right into level 12. And oh man. All right, so there's a ready from Atalito.
Yeah, I mean, John Flindo says, okay, let's go. I think that's the same thing as ready. There we go.
Yeah, okay, there he goes.
All right.
And it's 3, 2, 1. Overtime pills.
Working overtime at the pharmacy. Let's go.
All right, John Flindo gets a double yellow and doesn't have a lot of red access at the top of this board.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the problem here as we're waiting on Atalito's start.
I like what John Flindo did right there. He probably wanted to wait a little bit to trigger, so he could trigger that horizontal right there. That's what he needed to start breaking through.
Man, I don't hate this board for Atalito at all. Just a lot of paired up doubles, but that little bit, a couple of staircases as well. So we'll see how that affects him.
This early game has just not been friendly to John Flindo. He really wants preferably a red-blue, I would assume. A red-yellow works as well to get rid of that stack of garbage on the left side of his board. But Atalito off to a quick start, already down to 35 viruses.
Yeah, and Flindo finding solutions, which, you know, that's what you expect from players at this level. Unfortunately, the next best solution he's got is going to be a double blue. Does go ahead and take a little bit of garbage to get an extended run there. Honestly, looking at what Atalito's got, that is a lot of blue to have to deal with.
Yeah, but he is absolutely screaming through this level 12 right now. He already has an 8 virus lead, a 10. It keeps changing. 10 virus lead plus 18 seconds on the time difference. So Atalito is really putting the pedal to the metal here.
Yeah, and you know, we love to see the camaraderie and the good sportsmanship from both of our players. Atalito very quickly saying, "Hey, if there's any doubt, we'll run a tiebreaker." You know, we did take the extra time because we want to make sure we get this right. So, you know, no question, everything was handled as well as it could be, and we really appreciate that from Atalito, our like 9-time champion.
It looked
who is
like
out
about
at
a 152, which is
regardless,
it's
it's fast enough. So
yes.
GG's to Atalito, who takes game number 1.
It
All
seemed
right.
mainly to be the early game. John Dat Flindo had little access to red viruses in the beginning and was getting a pretty decent number of red pills. It looks like that was the difference in that level 12.
Yeah. So, but all in all, that was a great seed for both players to start, and they really put it to it there. So, GG's to both of them in game number one. And I mean, now we're just ready for game two. It's not even the decider or anything.
We got readies from both players, though it seems Atalito's not on the menu yet.
He's just going to go
There
to
he goes.
13.
He's got it. He was about to pull a me.
All right. And Lindo has started. And again, love this board setup and really smart play to start it. Looking at what Atalito's got.
Oh, I love that play by John Dat Flindo.
Don't love this board for Atalito, but the red yellows are coming, and that's what he is hoping to see plenty of. We'll just see where he goes with it, although he really doesn't want any more red yellow right now.
Well, it looks like Atalito's gonna do the horizontal play with these reds and get that yellow on top of the yellow virus. Very nice.
Wow.
I did not see the T, to be frank.
Yeah, I didn't either right until it happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one took some time off his clock though. So
Oh, his clock's not running.
his clock did not start. So we'll be double checking that as well. We do know that John Dat Flindo started before Atalito, and we will get, I'm sure somebody in chat will let us know about what time the clock difference was. What? That drop from that like under clear drop from Atalito, ridiculous play.
And now Atalito has started his timer.
Yeah.
Perhaps looking for one more red yellow so he can complete the T. And here it comes. Into a big drop combo.
And oh man. Yeah, this is great play from Atalito, our one seed. And John Dat Flindo, no slouch either, is finding some really good plays. Just,
Nice
this is going to be a nice one. Yeah, he loves to see that. Unfortunately, it does put an extra red dependence on him that he really doesn't want. He would love a red-blue to kind of help heal that, is going to get it.
Commentator's
And
blessing.
that's going to give him what he needs.
John Dat Flindo could use some red help right now. There's a pretty decent cluster of double clears that are waiting for him. Nice little undertuck there to to prevent drop time.
Atalito, meanwhile, is hoping for a quad. He's going to build this, isn't he? He is, and has gotten exactly what he needs. Any red now will just finish this off, and look at that. Oh my gosh. I didn't see the second one coming.
It's like you see a nice little combo, and then you suddenly notice there's 2 or 3 more steps to it, and it just looks so great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Flindo not too far behind. Of course, he does have the time difference, so we know that Atalito has a fairly solid lead. But just wow.
And now he's pretty blue dependent right now. There's a lot of blue on that top line. That lowering the stack was actually pretty nice because now if he happens to get a double blue, which is a fickle thing to rely on, but if he gets it, see, it looks like he's just going to manufacture it now by piling up some garbage in column 3 to get his horizontal, because he did not want to wait for a double blue.
Yeah, that was it's been really rough for Atalito here at the start of this level 10. But look at what John Dat Flindo's contending with. It's red and it's blue, and there's 2 little yellows up there to make you have a little bit of hope. But Just gross, Doc.
Yeah, just attack the reds as soon as you possibly can. If you get a red pill piece, do not waste it.
Yeah. Pulls out a horizontal. Would love a horizontal down at the bottom here. Not sure if he's going to get it, and in fact is not setting up for it. Has some interesting opportunities to work on some of these as doubles, but yeah, this board not going to be the kind that's going to make him really take advantage of the crunch that Atalito had at the start of 10.
Yeah, just looking at John Dafflindo's board right now, it's like there's so many different ways you can attack this board because there's some doubles and some triple clear possibilities, and it's you don't want to hesitate too much to rack your brain to figure out what the most efficient route is through this level.
Oh,
Just
this
do
is
it.
great for him.
Oh, excellent. Double red exactly when he needed it.
I think he realized about midway through all of these reds that he needed a double red on that left hand side with a setup, but he had a lot of opportunities to use reds on the right, so wisely made that choice, and it paid off for him.
Yeah, I'm looking at this board for John Flindo, a lot of double draw or double clear opportunities. I love this board. It's just a matter of getting the right pills. Oh, the excellent.
Meanwhile, Atalito pretty much started with a drop cross on this level 11, just saying, hi, yeah, I'm here, and this is what I do. It is, oh, interesting, not taking that fat log. Fairly certain it was the better choice not to. It just was the more obvious play, so it surprised me when it didn't happen. Yeah, this is the joy of commentating when Atalito's playing.
John Flindo has managed to close the gap. 14. If John Flindo's was at 14 seconds when Atalito started his level, then this is pretty close. Nice horizontal garbage clear there by Flindo. He's got a lot of blue to worry about still, but he hasn't had to waste pills yet.
He wants another blue yellow though. That is going to make his day.
Yellow
As that
blues
will allow
everywhere, or yellow reds rather. I think a double yellow awaits at the end of this blitz.
There it is,
Okay,
and
I
there's
guess
the
not,
yellow
I guess
blue he
not.
wants. There we go. Ooh, that is an unfortunate drop there. He might be looking at horizontals.
Atalito wants to finish this off with a cross and the drop combo, and that's going to do it.
So regardless of the time, yeah, it's definitely Atalito here, but man, oh man, that was another close match. The doctor really just giving Flindo the business.
Oh my gosh, the hot dog factory strikes again.
Yep.
So if Atalito started at 14 seconds on Flindo's timer, then Atalito finished in a 7:09.
Well, GG's to him. Commiserations to John Flindo. You'll want to stick around, though. That is just the first of the 4 round 2 matches we've got. Coming up next, it is going to be Savage Octagon versus Swong. Stick around. You're watching the Dr. Mario Championship.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the October 2023 edition of the Dr. Mario Championships Speedrun Bracket. This is the gold bracket, and I am Packy619, and I am joined in the booth by, just double checking, John Flindo. John, how you doing?
You know, as good as you can be after a match like that. A little bit disappointed, but not surprised. So it's all good. But man, I'm stoked to be bringing you this match between Savage Octagon and Swong. This is going to be a heck of a thing. We got Swong rocking the Ice Climbers get up there. I almost said Moses for a second.
You almost said what?
Moses.
Well, hopefully RNG won't force him to part a Red Sea somewhere down the line.
I appreciate the pun there. That was good. Anyway, looking at these times here, we have an 8 to 11 average of 744 for Savage and an average of 802 for Swang. So on paper, Savage has the slight advantage, but we all know how amazing of a player Swang is. It's a battle of the S's. I'm all here for it.
Yeah, looking at their 8 to 11 stats, they're pretty similar. Their bests are 19 seconds apart, and their average is just 8 seconds apart.
Yeah, so this should be one of the highlights of our round 2, as we have our 3, 2, 1 and pills. Both players playing on high chill. Looking at both boards, they're both are kind of high. Both had a lot of red on the top to start with. Savage has been able to work through hers a little bit. She still does have those ones in columns 2 and 3. Swang now is just pretty much red and blue heavy at the top of his board there, Pack.
Yeah, like just by the naked eye, I kind of liked Savage's board more because it looked like it had more double opportunities on it, and Swang's board looked a lot more jagged. But Swang's got a 4-virus lead early on thus far.
Yeah, Savage is having to fight through all this blue and yellow at the top of her board there. But you look over at Swang's board, and he's just got a heck of a lot of red that he's to bring back that Moses pun, he's trying to part the Red Sea here.
Yep. And right now, Swang has been doing a really good job of finding the clears between the clears to keep his board good and sorted. I'm wondering, yeah, I gotta think that Savage wants to get that in between clear on the blues in column 6. But in order to get that right now, oh, perfect. That's exactly what she needed to get that 0 drop. Perfect clear. Well, not perfect clear, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. She does still have a bit to work through, though, as she had a pretty high board. She's got 7 viruses remaining, now 6, but they're all blue. And she's got the one in column 8 that's under a little bit of yellow garbage. She does clear that out with that very helpful double yellow, but Swang is going to be out first at about a 151 as Savage just fighting to get these blues.
Yeah, Dr. Mario's hot dog fury is coming to town, and Savage is not having it. There's a double blue. That'll be a big help.
Swang looking like he's setting up some horizontals.
There
and
we
look,
go.
he gets the pills that he needs. Nice horizontal into another drop clear by Swang.
Oh, and he's got a drop horizontal set up here too. Brilliant play.
I gotta say, I'm really enjoying Swang's board right now. He's just got all these horizontals that he's got set up, just hoping to get the pills that he wants. And so far, he's been doing a good job of that. He's really not looking for red at the moment. He would really like to get these yellows in his column 4 cleared out, and then probably build up a platform to get this blue horizontally, which is exactly what he's going to be starting to do in just a minute.
Yeah, but while he's waiting for the opportunity to clean that out, he was setting up other things on his board. So he wasn't really hamstrung by not getting the right pill sequence because he was able to work on everything else on his board. He gets out at, I want to say, a 323.
Yeah, somewhere around there. As a Savage with 8 viruses remaining on her board, thought about taking the horizontal with the yellows there, but decided against it. I like the decision. We would have left her with a lot of garbage on that blue and red.
You saw Swang nodding his head in approval at that double blue he got for that big cross clear. He really does not have much use for all these blues, though. He really needs red and yellow help right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of red for Swang, as Savage going to get out at about a 404 time not found, as you would say, Pack.
Yep. Swang going for that horizontal combo. Gonna go ahead and take it with the double yellow instead of waiting for this yellow blue that he got that came just a couple of pills too late.
Savage with some nice horizontal drop combos. She's down to 34, but a deficit of about 12 behind Swang. It's an interesting board, and it's very vertical from what I'm seeing, and it's might be a little bit tough for her. She might be suffering some drop time. Ooh, little missed tuck there, or missed tuck rather.
I like it. But let's see if Swang is ripping through this level 10 very quickly. Just needs one more red to get out of here. 5:13.
Very respectable time out of level 10. That puts him at about a 7:15, 7:20 pace if he has a pretty good 11 here. We'll see what the RNG does for him as we look over at Savage's board. She's in her in-game, looking pretty good for the most part. She's got a little bit of garbage there in her column 6 that she's going to have to work around. I'm wondering if, okay, she's going to go ahead and just clear it out and not try to work around it with some horizontals.
I kind of wonder what kind of setup Swang is going for right here. He's got the horizontal clear. He was basically setting up a couple of horizontal clears to deal with a couple of viruses in column 1. Oh, nice lightning log there.
Savage just needing 2 more blues and gets them out at a 6:13, over a minute behind what Swang was out.
Nice little tuck there to get that horizontal clear. Swang's board is just kind of sloping down from right to left. But he's got a pretty big lead, so unless Dr. Mario has somewhere in the neighborhood of 75 of the same pill, which I'm pretty sure has never happened.
Yeah, knock on wood.
I don't think this desk is real wood, but it'll have to do. But he's got the nice drop combo there. He's pretty much completely set up. All he needs is one red fragment to get out of here. And here it comes. 7:09 for Swang.
7:09, that time is somewhat familiar. As Savage, seeing that she's already lost, goes ahead and resets. Not a favorable seed for Savage, but you know she's going to bounce back and hopefully force Swang into a decider here.
Both players just getting reset a little bit, literally and figuratively. Little hydration.
All right, we have a ready from Savage. Look like Swang's switching to Fever. I'm all about that.
Okay.
We'll see if it's a good choice for him. And we have a ready from Swang as well.
Yeah. Part of the reason why I like Chill is because I know how long it is, and it gives me a decent idea of how much time I already have in the level without having to look at my X split.
Yeah, that's exactly how I am with Fever.
Yeah.
As we are underway, Savage with pretty interestingly shaped board, but she's making some really great plays. Love that drill down into a horizontal combo. Really nice heads up play by Savage.
Savage has some red horizontal opportunities while Swang dropped a nice cross just a little bit ago. There's another horizontal, and another zero drop clear, and another zero drop double clear. Looks like he's setting up the T, and there it is. Gets it right away. He only has 2 red viruses left, unfortunately, but he's not okay. Okay, he decides he's not going to get the L clear here. He probably doesn't need to spend the time tucking that because he figures he's probably going to get more reds down the stretch here. So honestly, pretty smart move.
Savage just had a really nice blue cross clear at the bottom of her board that's left her down with just two viruses remaining. They're both red. All she needs now is 3 more red. She'll be out. Swang needing 3 more
3
yellows.
reds versus 3 yellows, and where are they?
Oh,
where
come on,
are
gang.
they?
Red for Savage out at a 130. She's gonna be out.
Well, I'm not
first.
having much
Swang
luck
not
either
far
with these
behind.
yellows. Wow.
Come on, game.
Shenanigans.
All right, Savage setting up some pretty fancy little combos there. Gets a drop combo. She has brought her board down to a manageable level. Looking at Swang's board, it's kind of wonky there, Pack.
Yeah, it's spired in columns 2 and 3. It might be a problem down the road. I see some double clear opportunities down the board for Swang here if he can get some red help once he gets there. But right now he doesn't have access to blue viruses.
Yeah,
Okay, it looks like what he's doing is he's setting up for the long game here. He's setting up things to clear on top of the future horizontal that he plans to get. The thing is, right now he cannot clear that blue virus in column 3 if he wants to preserve those plans. But now he's practically completed the setup. Now he just needs to build up in column 4, and now whenever he gets a red fragment, oh, this is perfect.
There it is.
Drop combo.
Yeah, meanwhile, over on Savage's side, she's out at sub 3, which
And
is
then
a
you
really
turn
nice
around and
time for
Savage is
level
already
6
done
or
it.
9.
Oof.
Savage is on fire here in this game too, of our best of 3, and she's got don't like her board.
I actually love this opportunity. If she can get a double yellow, it would be wonderful. Looks like she's
she
probably
may
going to manufacture one. Yep.
Meanwhile, Swang gets out of his level 10, joins
Here it
Savage,
comes.
or level 9, excuse me.
Boom.
Oh, beautiful play there by Savage.
Yeah, Savage is ripping through this level 10 now.
Swang's got that sloped board from right to left again. The nice thing about it, though, is there's a bunch of horizontal opportunities for him, which really feeds into his play style. So if he gets the right pills, this is going to be really nice for Swang. But meanwhile, Savage already down to just 12 viruses, now 10 viruses remaining with that double clear.
This is a heck of a run right now for Savage. Her foot is on the gas and she is flooring it. All right, she sees the T. And now she can start setting up for this. Now the red yellows are not what she needs now.
Yeah, she was hoping for a red blue to set up that
That'll work.
horizontal, but she's going to get it in the form of double blue there. Out at a 434 is Savage Octagon into her final level, but Swang really not that far behind. He's only got 6 viruses remaining. However, that blue looked like it was going to be an issue. He's able to clear that down, but now his setups are just, and you can see it on his face, he's not thrilled with it.
Yeah, and the blue. Okay, this double blue is actually excellent because now what he's trying to figure out is how to get those reds cleared out in column 5, and now he's going to be able to do that pretty easily. So now he just needs a couple of blue fragments as well as 1 yellow to clear out the garbage in column 6, and he's out at a 516.
516, but Savage is at that 516 already down to 26 and now 24 viruses remaining on her board. Lots of yellow, lots of blue on this board for Savage, but she's making some really good use of what she's been given. Yeah, she's making really good use.
It's time to start looking at the hot times because Savage is really ripping through this level block. There's another quick drop combo to take out 4 more viruses.
Yeah,
20
I don't
virus lead for Savage looks pretty commanding right now.
Yes, but I don't like the amount of blue that she's got. But with this lead that she's got on Swang, it probably is not going to matter, especially with that double blue. Really nice gift there for Savage. And then
And another
another
double blue.
Probably going to see her tuck this red underneath.
She's gonna wait for a red first so she doesn't cover up the Yep, there it is.
And with a 627?
It looked like a 627 to me. It was pretty close though. But 627 will get her number 6 on the hot times list.
GG's to Savage Octagon. What a run. And she's elated right now. Love that horizontal from Swang to set up the drop combo.
Yeah, I like the setup that he's got. Column 6 is a little too high to get a horizontal clear on the yellow virus in column 8, but he's going to be able to take care of that soon enough.
There we
And
go.
that double yellow is just going to, Jill just clear it out the easy way. 717 for Swang.
GG's to both players. We have our first decider of round 2. I'm stoked. I'm sure you're stoked, Packy. I know Chad is stoked. Let's do this thing. Swung with the ice jokes in chat.
You got to have ice in your veins for the decider.
Yeah,
That's all I got. You got readies.
And here we go. The winner of this one, I believe, goes on to play the winner of our final match of the day, which is Ibar versus Mr. Octagon.
We could potentially have an all Octagon semifinal.
Swang, excuse me. Swang has got a pretty split board there. His 3 and 4 columns both are completely empty. The nice thing about it is it's going to give him a place to drop some garbage and maybe set up some horizontals at the bottom of his board as he takes some drop time there, but it does go into another clear. So very nice play there by Swang. He's down to 12. Savage is a little bit behind at 22.
Yeah, really hot start for Swang. Nice little drop horizontal combo there. The bottom of his board is pretty much cleaned out. So let's see how he handles the rest of it. Nice little red-blue blitz there. Oh, excuse me. Oh, and it gets the fat log set up in case he gets something that's not yellow, like this. $120 out of level 8. That's awesome.
120, fantastic. Savage not too far behind. She really just needs some yellows to be able to open up the rest of her board. Would love to see a yellow-red. Oh, and there it is. Really nice. Into
Commentator's blessing. Let's go.
Combo. Just needs one more yellow out of the 140.
Here's a cross into another cross for Swang. The double cross. The best double cross, by the way. That's a good double cross.
Mm-hmm.
We don't endorse other kinds of double crosses here in the Dr. Mario community.
Gosh, Savage with just so much red and blue on this top line. And right now she's starting to get the pills that he needs. I thought she might take that double blue and drop it in her columns 7 and 8. But either way, she does get it drilled down on both sides. Meanwhile, Swang down to 19 viruses remaining on his board. He was making some pretty complicated plays that I didn't quite see how they played out, but it must not have been too bad because he doesn't have that much garbage on his board.
Yeah, Savage has managed to close the gap a little bit here, while Swang has used a lot of horizontal and T setups in this level 9 thus far. Maybe that's what has managed to get Savage back into the game a little bit. Swang is waiting for this pillar right here, the blue-red. Oh, pretty drop combo right there.
And it just clears so much
Oh,
off
so
the
good.
board. He's down to 2 viruses remaining, fixing to be 1. And with this red, he's going to be out at a 314.
It's buy time for Swang. Let's go.
Yeah. Swang just thrown it right back at Savage. That hot pace that she had, now he's on a hot pace. As Savage looking for some yellow, looking for some blue now as she takes that drop time.
Yeah, so that double blue pill that's in column 6 for Swang right now, he really didn't have any place to put that, so we thought, well, why not just like put this here and see if we can make a horizontal drop combo out of it? Because there really wasn't much of anything else he can do, but it looks like he's sticking to the plan.
Yeah, and he's just about got it too. A double red would be the most ideal for him. Swang it's not outside his realm of possibility to take it with any red that he sees. We'll see if he does it here. He does.
Yeah, he got tired of waiting. And you see he's not getting a double red now either, so honestly, it was a pretty good plan. In hindsight, of course. But hindsight is 2020.
Indeed.
Now he's going for this red horizontal. He's going to get the big cross clear.
And a fat log behind it to boot.
Yeah. But right now his board's kind of cluttered with garbage on top right now.
And Savage's board not looking too hot. She's had to work through a lot of garbage, and she's going to take some drop time here. It does drop down onto some garbage underneath, and it's going to allow her to potentially clear some of that out. But, Swang just at 9 viruses remaining. He looks like he's having a little bit of a struggle here, Pack, to get the pills that he needs.
Well, it's not necessarily that he's struggling to get the pills that he needs, so much as he was just buried under so much stuff that it was hard to get anything set up and really get going. I mean, it looks like he's setting up a whole bunch of potential horizontal plays, but right now he needs red help.
Yeah, and if Savage can get the blue, she's going to be right back in this thing. She's brought the deficit down to just 4 viruses. But like I said, she needs blues to get down to the rest of this board. She does have a really nice red horizontal possibility here. She's going to set up for it, and she's going to get it right there. Oh, and another red horizontal with the drop.
This is not a good time to get a red surge, but that's what Savage just got. But now she's out of the surge already and out at a 611.
Just a 5-second difference. This is very close.
Yeah, that was a rough situation that Swang had to fight out of, but he could afford to do that because he had such a great first couple of levels.
Mm-hmm. I think I prefer Savage's board here only slightly. She's not having to deal with the drop time that Swang has had so far, and it's allowed her to actually pull ahead here.
Yeah, Swang early on in his board, trying to pull off a lot of setups. Nice horizontal clear there. He's managed to get the lead back, but you definitely get the sense that he might be pressing a little bit because he knows that level 10 really cost him a lot of time. Nice drop combo by Swang there.
Yeah, Savage needing a lot of red now to get to the rest of her board. It is 13-12 as it stands right now. Now 12-12. Now 11-12. This really could go either way. I think Swang has the slight advantage, just the way his board health is. He's just needing reds and yellows at this point. Savage has got some really nice setups that she could be able to work with, but it's going to be really close. It just depends on if Swang can get the pills that he needs.
Looks like he's going to go for the horizontal drop combo here to finish it off.
Yellow. He gets it out at an 8:02. Savage is already past that time. Swang takes the game and the match from Savage Octagon. He will go on to face the winner of Ibar versus Mr. Octagon, who we will see in just a little bit. What a game.
I was going to say, I think you got the wrong name there, Swang. But GG's to both players. That was a hot start for Swang, and he really had to hang on there through some bad RNG and some tough setups. And GG's to Savage as well.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with our next match. Stay tuned. You are watching the Dr. Mario Championship. And welcome back to round 2 of our Dr. Mario Championship October 2023 edition. My name's John Dat Flindo. Joining me in the booth once again is Packy. We're bringing you our number 4 seed Inphlox versus our number 5 seed Floyd. It's Phlox and Floyd. Pack, what do you think about this match?
Well, Phlox and Floyd is going to flow like... I can't think of any other flows, but this is going to be a really good one. That not just by seeding that they're 4 and 5, but looking at their stats, they're pretty evenly matched. Inphlox, this is his 4th bracket of the year. He's been to 2 finals and a semifinal, and these two have met only once before, and that was in May of this year, in which Inphlox won in a 3-0 sweep. So, but this might be a more even match than that might suggest. Looking at their stats, Floyd seems to have better 8 through 11 times than Inphlox right now this year. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah, very interesting. Although Inphlox does have the better all-time best, beating Floyd's by about 28 seconds. We do have readies and our 3, 2, 1 pills. Both players playing on off. I gotta think Floyd is probably jamming to something in his ear like he usually does.
Yeah. I'm all for chill, but if you have your own soundtrack you prefer and it makes you play better, by all means. Floyd making a little bit of an adjustment there, deciding to take a different clear. His column 1 is already completely cleaned out. But off to a pretty hot start is Floyd.
And Inphlox is fighting a lot of blue deficit, but he worked with what he could with what he was given. You saw that huge combo on the right side of his board. It's brought him down to 21 viruses, but Floyd already down to 9 now with that double yellow clear.
Yeah, see, with these blue yellows, Floyd basically has 2 options. He can go for the fat log setup on the bottom of his board, or he can attack columns 7 and 8. Takes the fat log. Smart. Takes the quick no drop clear. Very nice.
Take the undertuck, exactly. Out at a 114 for Floyd. Holy cow.
Wow.
Fast. And Inphlox with a 15 virus deficit on Floyd right now.
Yeah, that can change in a hurry, as we saw in the previous game, but so far so good for Floyd.
He's got another one of those
Nice.
Those sloped boards Floyd does. We're going to see how he works through that, but Inphlox gets the reds he needs out at a 146. He's probably not happy with that. I know I wouldn't be happy with it, but Inphlox is an amazing player, and this board already looks a little bit better for him. It's a lot of blue, though.
Yeah. 140s for level 8. Personally, I would not be terribly mad, but I wouldn't be thrilled either. Oh, look at this drop horizontal action from Inphlox. I just love it. Finds the horizontal, finds another horizontal. He's ripping through this 9 pretty quick.
And Floyd down to just 5 viruses remaining now. Wondering if he'll go for the horizontal on the red there in his column 2. He does do that. He's just going to need 4 more blues. Going to go ahead and take the drop time.
Come on, Doc.
Come on, game. There's 1. There's the
There
other.
we go.
Added at 2:53.
Sub 3 minutes is excellent for the first 2 levels of this block. Floyd really taking it to Inphlox right now.
And Inphlox, a lot of blue that he's got to work through, and he has virtually no access to that yellow. The only access he just did with that tuck play.
I like Floyd's setups here. I might have preferred that red-blue to go for a lightning bolt in columns 1 and 2, but those are cleaned out now. Nice horizontal clear. Everything just looking really neat and tidy for Floyd right now. Nice cross clear into the drop combo for Inphlox right there.
He's going to be out at 343. A 28 virus deficit for Inphlox at the moment. But Floyd right now with a lot of yellow that he's having to work through.
Yeah, all that yellow is slowing him down right now, but he's not wasting any yellow pills, which is a very good thing. If he can drill his way down in columns 2 and 3, then he can set up a horizontal double clear with the yellows, but it looks like he's not going to do that. It looks like he's going to do that with the blues instead, which is probably a better play.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's pretty much got it. He just needs that one final blue. There it is, out at a 434.
Wow.
Fox 25 viruses behind now, about the same as what it was at the start of the level. He's got some really potentially good setups, but he's gonna have to suffer a lot of drop time in this board, Packy.
Yeah, looking at Inflox's board right now, he does have a bunch to work through, but he has access to a lot of his viruses right now. This double blue is going to be great for him. It's going to expose the yellow virus horizontal clear on the bottom of his board. If I'm Influx right now, I'm thinking maybe take this and put it on column 3 so he can set up the drop combo with the horizontal clear. Looks like he elected not to do so, but he's got everything set up pretty well. But looking over at Floyd, he's 25 viruses away from victory right now, and he is ripping through this 11.
Yeah, Floyd very much in the driver's seat at the moment. Got a pretty diverse board, a little more yellow at the bottom than I'd like to see for him, but he's just done an amazing job this entire block. Getting the combos, getting the prioritization in the right places. This has been really stellar for Floyd.
He is coming down the home stretch of this level 11. This is a perfect pill to use to attack column 8. And looks like let's see if he decides not to do the horizontal clear on those 2 yellows, but he can pretty much just do this at his leisure because right now he is pretty much done. He just needs 6 yellow fragments to finish this off. There's 1. And Doc's being rude. Come on, Doc. There's 3.
And the final one.
There it is.
Out at a 641. And that, let's see, get it pulled back up again.
That will put him in a 3-way tie with Frank and himself on the Hot Times list.
What a time.
So he gets on the Hot Times list and ties his own PB.
And Inphlox looking like he is probably just going to go ahead and finish this out. Nice
Look at that
undertuck there to
drop.
get
Oh,
the
I
drop
love that.
into an L. That was fantastic.
Looks like he's got a drop cross set up right here as well. But not before he triggers that drop combo first. He pretty much just needs one red
Wow.
fragment now to finish this off. And he doesn't. And he wants to combo out. He doesn't want to just go in between. He's like, no, give me some more points, Doc.
Yeah. There it is, out at a 753. GG's to both our players. Floyd does take the first game. Floyd would love to put Ibar Inphlox away here. And go on to face Atalito tomorrow.
Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, how about that? Potentially facing Inphlox and Atalito in the same bracket.
Yeah, what a boss rush that would be.
Yes.
Well, we have our readies and our 3, 2, 1 pills. Floyd with an immediate horizontal at the top of his board. Always nice to see. Oh, and he's going to get a horizontal triple. Wow.
That was the perfect time to get that double blue.
Meanwhile, Inphlox making setups. I really don't know. My gosh. I had no idea what he was doing, but that was crazy.
Inphlox has a strong combo game, and it's really fun to watch. He's got a T set up. Very good. Takes a little bit of drop time, but an early 7-virus lead for Floyd.
Yeah, setting up the combo did sacrifice a little bit of time for Inphlox. But look at how board his clean his board is. I cannot talk to
how board is clean is?
Exactly.
Yep. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. But Floyd with
flipping a pill the wrong way or what have you. Or as the great JB would say, tomorrow we'll work on shapes.
Yeah. It's like a logoriatic misflip as Floyd already into his level 9 sub 130.
Some nice setups for Floyd. He doesn't have much access to yellow right now. And Inphlox is out of his level 8 and is now within 5 viruses of the lead. So a bit of a rough start for Floyd in this level 9, but now he's starting to get what he needs.
Yeah, and again, he's facing one of those slope boards. It looks a little bit better now than it did a few seconds ago, but still, there's not much there on the left side of his board, and his column 8 is real high. It's really pretty spired. Would love to see him get a double blue or a blue red to drill this down. He does get the blue red, and he does take the drill down to lower some of that board height.
Yeah, but Floyd has managed to increase his lead because as rough and ragged as the first part of that level was, underneath it was a ton of double clear opportunities, which he jumped on quickly. And now he's right back in the driver's seat. Got an 8-virus lead, which is not as much as last time. Timely double blue, gonna get him out in 249.
Yeah. But look at this fat log from Inphlox. Down to just reds and yellows. Smartly prioritizing the reds. Now it's just a question of...
I like that adjustment by Inphlox because he saw the double yellow coming.
And a 311 for Inphlox.
All
Really
right,
really liking the starting board for Inphlox too.
Not a whole lot of use for yellow right now for Floyd, but making the
Oh,
most of it.
I think that was a misdrop from Inphlox with that red yellow
Ooh.
in 5 and 6.
But he's going to get this drop horizontal. He's going to manage to line up some of the yellow that he was trying to get rid of there, but he's staring at a lot of drop time once he clears off that red. And he just doesn't want to do it, but he's going to have to. But this is going to be a gigantic clear.
Yeah.
Ooh. He's got a nice fat log set up. Just going to take it one row at a time. Honestly, a pretty smart play because considering how everything was oh, very nice.
Wow.
Very timely double blue on there.
And speaking of blues, that's basically all Floyd needs right now. He's got 4 blue viruses remaining out of his 5. The last one yellow, buried a little bit under that
Oh,
blue.
man, come on, Doc.
Come on, there we go.
All
There
right.
we go.
Now he's got that yellow virus exposed, and he can play on that.
And he's able to drop his board down a little bit to out of danger, gets the final blue out at a 452. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it.
Yeah, it looks like Inflox's route is to clear off column 8 and then take the blue horizontal and drop the red fragments onto column 7.
$5.16 for Infox as we go into our final level of this game and possibly the match. Floyd needing a lot of yellow and a lot of blue to get through this first part of his board. But he's doing really great plays with what he's been given. You see him dropping some stuff down to where the reds at the bottom are useful. He's got a really nice board vision and using that to his advantage.
You saw him earlier in the level tuck in a double red, which I actually liked because he put himself in a situation where he still had use for reds, and that really helped him maintain some board diversity.
Influx really making a statement here with this level 11. He's brought the deficit down to just 10. Making some really great plays here. Floyd with a lot of red and a lot of blue. Influx's board a touch more diverse. It's going to be really interesting if Floyd does not get the pills that he needs. Really nice combo there from Influx.
Suddenly, Floyd is getting a pretty steady diet of yellow fragments here, and that is not what he needs right now. But he's using the other halves of his pills pretty well. It's an 8 virus deficit. It's not quite over, but now it's looking like more and more like it's just about done. Floyd is getting exactly what he needs. He just needs a bunch of red and then a couple of blue.
And he could even take these blues horizontally if he chooses to. He's going to go ahead and do it vertically. Gets the last one out at a 706. And that does give him the game and the match. GG's to Floyd. He gets to go on to Sunday versus Atalito.
GG's to both players. An excellent job by Floyd, taking 2 early leads and just keeping his foot on the gas.
Looks like Inflox going to play a little bit here. Already sees that he's lost.
So he's just going to have a little fun with the garbage on this board. He refuses to clear the level.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna
He's like,
Fox go
no.
ahead and play. We're gonna move on to our next match. Stay tuned. This is Dr.
I
Mario.
actually found that pretty funny.
And welcome back one more time to Dr. Mario Championship. My name's John Flindo. Joining me in the booth is OoktheLibrarian. We're going to be bringing you our final match of the day, Mr. Octagon versus Ibar. Ook, this is a pretty big game for Ibar.
Yes, indeed. And he can tell as he has got everything ready up. So, yeah, what to say about this match? Ibar has basically, if my math is right, and we're running off of the standings that are currently in the process of auto updating, it appears that with that loss, Influx is locked into no better than the 8 seed. Ibar is currently sitting in the 9 seed. A loss here would lock him in there. So that would be his first round match in the finals. At this point, players are pretty much jockeying for those final 5 through 8 spots. And Mr. Octagon is not in the running. So this he's got nothing to play for. He can go as nuts as he wants to, and we saw that in the first round. So I have no idea what's about to happen.
Yeah, we saw Mr. O yesterday take Packy 2 games to none, and with in his second tournament ever gets a 559 in level 6 through 9. It's just fantastic to see. As we have a ready from Mr. O and a ready from Ibar. We do have an ad break on his channel at the moment, so we'll hang out for a second until we get him back.
Yeah, so we've got the players ready. We don't have the streamer ready, as Dave is reminding us.
Mhm.
But yeah,
There he
this is
is.
going to be an interesting match. And I think Ibar knows exactly what's at stake here, and he's definitely looking around. So and I mean, this has option. This can affect a lot of different players. Actually, you and me both, because whoever takes those last spots, it's gonna determine who players like me are playing. Anyway, we've got our 3-2-1 pills, and really nice board for Ibar, and not a bad board for Mr. Octagon as well, although he is running with a lot less red access at the moment.
Yeah, and Ibar's got. I feel like I've been saying this like all day for the past couple matches. Ibar's now got that right sloped board that we've been mentioning in the past few games, but he's doing some really nice job of bringing it down. But actually, as we look over at Mr. O's board, his is a little bit left sloped there, Ook.
Yeah, it's pretty high on this left side. But you notice he's setting up this T clear here, and just a combo on top of that. Placing that yellow blue face down would have actually worked out for him, gotten him a T clear as well as place things underneath. But he's going to get this T anyway. It's going to leave him a little bit of garbage, but it's stacked on top of a horizontal doubled pair, so not going to be any real problems for him. As Ibar is looking about 7 viruses, he's got a couple of virus advantage, and is just kind of hoping for the right pills to show up. He needs reds and then followed by blues. Actually, no, I don't even think he needs the blues at this point. He just needs this red
Wow.
and then 2 more.
Yeah, and Mr. O's just needing a couple reds of his own. Ibar out at a 138. Mr. Octagon just needing those reds. He'll be out as soon as he gets 2 more. If I'm Mr. O here, that's exactly what I do. Out at a 151.
Yeah, so about 2 seconds behind, or about 10 seconds behind, I should say. But, fairly decent board to start off with. Nothing to write home about, but nothing you're going to get too angry with the doctor about. Is facing a little bit of garbage, but look at what Ibar's got. That's a lot of yellow in the middle of his board.
Yeah, and Mr. Octagon has all that blue at the top of his board. So right now it's a tale of who's going to get the colors first.
Yeah, and Mr. O would love to see. Well, that has now changed, but this double yellow is actually going to be perfect for him.
Beautiful.
That's going to set him up. And, it's just not worth it trying to come up with the reds, although he does have the option now did have the option to take that yellow horizontally, chose not to do it. everything's worked out just fine for him, but moving his way down the board. But it is definitely Ibar in the driver's seat, down to just 4 viruses left.
Yeah, and he's got the yellow that he needs out at a 301. Great plays here by Ibar so far as he moves into his level 10. A fairly diverse board on his top line. A little bit of yellow up there, but it's not going to be too bad for him. You see him setting up that that manufactured double yellow that he made. He gets the combo that he wanted, and Mr. O just trying to do what he can to get out of this level.
Yeah, I'm afraid he's not taking the advice he kind of famously gave his wife a couple of months ago. When he saw her practicing, he told her, not every play has to be a home run. And I'm afraid he's trying to swing for the fences just a little bit. He proved to us that he can make those fence runs, but sometimes, just the straightforward play is the way to go. Regardless, he's out at a 354. Just trucking right along here, but he's really going to need to step it up if he's going to pass Ibar.
Yeah, and Ibar has had a really nice level 10 here, already down to 17 viruses remaining, needing some yellow help. Would love to see a double yellow for him. Right now, not getting any yellows, so he might be having some words with the doctor later. We'll see how that goes. But I really like what he's doing with the pills that he's being given. He's setting up to, once he gets those yellows cleared out, which he does go ahead and take the garbage, it sets him up for a really nice drop combo that you just saw.
Yeah, that one was really good. It did take a little bit of time to set up, but overall, that's worked out for him. At this point, it didn't really matter how much time it took off. He's managed to keep things moving forward and is out at a 454. So again, about a half level difference now over Mr. Octagon, playing in his first ever second round.
Yeah, and he's got a board that's kind of sloped to the left. His columns 1 and 2 are pretty spired. This double red is really helping him with that, though. I love what he did with that blue red. Kind of got the double-sided bracket clear. That's really nice for him. Down to just needing mostly yellow. That blue yellow really nice for him, though, Ook.
Yeah, everything has really worked out for him here in the end game. And, as we know, the end game is such a big part of it. Look at this nice setup with everything prepped for horizontals. But if we look over at what Ibar's got in front of him, he's already down deep in the bottom of his level 11. I did not double check to see what his PB pace is, but I have to imagine that he is on it. Just a few viruses left, and he will be out of this level 11 and out of this block.
It looks like Ibar's personal best in this round is a 715, and yeah, he's well on the way
He's
to
going to
beat
beat
that.
that. Yeah, it's going to take a catastrophic failure to not pull that off, especially with a T clear coming up. Oh my gosh. There it is. That's an L clear, whatever.
Might have prioritized the red first, but either way, he's out at a 631. Sets a hot time. I
Yep,
believe
PB
that is
strats.
number 6 now.
Wow. So
A
yeah, PB strats
631,
definitely the
tied for 10th.
Ibar playing some of his best Dr. Mario here at the end of the year, and that is definitely the time you want to be doing that. The last player I could think of who really hit their stride late in the year ended up beating Frank in the finals the next month. So
I don't know who that could have been.
not a clue, but 3 straight semis will do that for you. As Ibar's got his ready, Mr. O's got his ready in. Our streamer's got his ready in, and that is going to be 3, 2, 1, and pills. Can't wait to do that live with you, buddy, next month.
I know, right? Let's go. Check out the Tour
Love
Gaming
that
Expo.
I love the setup Ibar had early on. Don't love the fact that he's going to have to take these yellows out in not the most fun manner, but yeah, really nice board for him. A lot of really nice double setups. Mr. Octagon's board, again, got that bit of a slope to it like we've been seeing. It's a little more to the right this time, but, you know, he is managing to deal with it. Hopefully will find his way down this board.
Yeah, he's been making some really great plays with what he's been given, despite the slopiness of his board. He's been having to take a lot of drop time, but he's been keeping a pretty good stride with Ibar. He's only 5 viruses behind at this point. Pretty much keeping pace with that 5, now 4 viruses behind, as Ibar is a little bit spired in his column 1. He has no yellows left to work with. Fortunately, Mario has not been giving him yellows, so that's a positive for Ibar. He's trying to figure out a way to get this blue horizontally, and with that blue, he's gonna get it. Looked like he might have been setting up for potentially a way to get the red horizontally. That did not work out for him, but he's gonna be out right now at a 131. Mr. O just needing one more red out at a 135. We have a 4-second game here.
Yeah, that was, as you were talking about where Ibar was sitting, I was watching Mr. Octagon. It was just very, very close. And look at the setup he's got. He knows red yellow is a very common pill, so he's getting the setup here for what could be just a beast of a combo. Of course, that being the most common pill, it's not showing up. That's the doctor. That's how the doctor plays. We all know this. But yeah, so far so good. And Ibar though still holding on to that about a 10 virus lead now, and that's just on par with what he was doing the last game. So definitely showing not a fluke, which you know we knew, but it's it's good play from Ibar.
Yeah, Mr. Octagon did manage to finally get that red yellow he was looking for. He's got a little bit of garbage that he's working through on this column 2 there. You see all those blues. It won't be a huge issue for him, especially if he does what I hope he's going to do. Okay, he does not place the reds. I thought he might go for a bracket clear just to eliminate some drop time. Elects not to do that. Goes for the viruses instead. But Ibar out at 3 minutes flat.
Yeah, and that's what we want to see coming out of level 7 in a 6 to 9 run. So to give you a little perspective of how quick Ibar is running through these boards, he is, yeah, I believe playing like a man possessed is the going metaphor. So yeah, we'll go with that one. Just zipping right through these boards.
Yeah. Mr. O just needing one more red and one more blue. Would love to see him get it. At the same time, he's not going to, but he does leave himself set up for a horizontal blue out at a 337, about 16 virus deficit for him right now. Would love to see a double red to get some of this red off the board.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not getting the pill halves that he would like. You can see he's set some garbage up, and really, I mean, double reds would be ideal for him right now, not what the doctor's giving. In fact, the doctor's barely giving any red at all, and that's just gross.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Ibar is having to make some pretty tough tucks there at the bottom of his board, not getting the pills that he wants to work on the top. He would love to probably have a red blue. He's going to go ahead and take the red, tuck it in. It's going to drop for him, and it's going to set him up for a horizontal red there in his row 3. But looking a little bit dicey for Ibar, but also looking a bit dicey for Mr. O as well.
Yeah, I think Ivar, you know, some red yellows, or actually just these yellows right here, would do the trick. And that's actually exactly what he needs, as now he is set up for some nice drops. Yeah, that's exactly what he needed. Watch this combo, boom, 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 and he is going to be out of here with one more blue. Good grief, Ivar. Out at a 506.
Good night.
Yeah, Ivar has found another gear, one that I'm not sure any of us knew just how much he had. Mr. O getting some good combos there is going to be trying to get his way out of this level 10, but Ivar already diving deep into this level 11. And yeah, not a lot of yellow access, but at this point, if that's the worst thing you can say, I think you take it and run.
Yeah, absolutely. And he does manage to briefly open up some yellow access. He's going to do it again here with this. Oh, okay. He's going to set up for a horizontal red clear potentially. That's an interesting decision by Ibar. We'll see if it. Okay, he elects not to do that. I don't know what he's doing. Don't listen to me.
So Mr. O out at a 557. Again, perfectly respectable times. It's just that Ibar has turned it up to another gear. And yeah, just he's laughing. I don't know if he's listening to commentary or not. If he is, well, I'd be laughing too in his position. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're playing against a player who's just doing this well, what are you going to do?
Yep, he's listening. All right, so yeah, Ivar definitely just showing what he's got. And again, this is the time you want to be getting hot, and that is what he has been doing. Now he a double red, of course, exactly what he needs, the perfect bill for the situation. So that now he can knock out a horizontal and a vertical, and he is going to be out at another right at 7 minutes, 7 flat.
GG's
And
to Ivar.
with that, it is going to be Ibar who is going to be going in tomorrow to face Swong in a 2-6 match in a second of our semifinals. GG's to Ibar, GG's to Mr. Octagon, who has put on a wonderful showing. Ibar showing off the dad percent.
Hey.
Check out this combo. Extra horizontal. Red Blitz, exactly what Mr. O wants, especially because he knows the last pill is going to be a red-yellow. There it is. That's going to finish him out at 7:36, which is still a great time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And with that, we are done with one more day of pills. Lindo, is there anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
Hey, come check out tomorrow. It's going to be a heck of a day.
That's right. So upcoming, we have got our semifinals and finals tomorrow featuring the 4 players that you just saw win. Next week, we will be having our silver bracket. It is another really stacked bracket. And of course, as you're seeing on your screen right now, be sure to join us at the Tour Gaming Expo, November 11th and 12th. We're going to be having the DrMC versus finals. We're going to see if our 3-time champion Packy is able to make it 4, or if somebody else is waiting in the wings to take him down. So until our next commentary, our next tournament, our next day tomorrow, for our commentary team, Savage, Swong, Packy, John Dad Flindo, myself, OoktheLibrarian, for our restreamer, The Dave, and everybody here at the DrMC, all of our players and commentators, have a great night and take your vitamins.